Have you ever wondered why some products look perfect as prototypes and fail when manufacturing begins? It happens all the time. Not because the product wasn't good, because it wasn't ready for tooling. Here's what many founders don't realize. Building a prototype and molding thousands of consistent parts are two completely different challenges. A prototype only needs to work a few times. Tooling must produce the right part again and again and again. This is where many teams make a costly mistake. They spend months designing the product, engineering it, prototyping it, testing it. Then, as soon as the prototype works, they approve production tooling. By then, they may be locking expensive problems into steel. Here's another surprise. The goal isn't simply to build a mold. The goal is to build the right tool for the product, the material, the production volume, and the long-term manufacturing plan. Imagine starting tooling with the product design already optimized, materials already selected, draft angles already considered, wall thicknesses already reviewed, parting lines already planned, tolerances already evaluated, production volume already estimated, and manufacturing risks already identified. That's a completely different tooling process. At Rabbit Product Design, we don't just help you build a mold, we help you prepare the entire product for molding. Because tooling works better when manufacturing requirements shape the design before the tool is cut. Our tooling and molding service is designed to create a connected manufacturing process, not an isolated transaction with a toolmaker, a process. We help you review the product design, evaluate manufacturability, select appropriate materials, define production requirements, plan parting lines, review draft angles, optimize wall thickness, identify undercuts, consider gates and ejector locations, evaluate surface finishes, establish critical tolerances, compare tooling options, review manufacturer quotes, coordinate tool development, inspect initial samples, and refine the process before full production begins. Because every feature, every tolerance, every texture, every material choice, and every manufacturing decision can affect the tool. And once steel is cut, changes can become difficult, time-consuming, and expensive. A small design problem in a prototype may be manageable. That same problem repeated across 10,000 molded parts becomes a major production failure. We've worked with founders who were excited to move directly from prototype to tooling. Instead, we slowed down, reviewed the design, simplified difficult features, adjusted the geometry, evaluated materials, confirmed production requirements, and prepared the product for the realities of molding. By the time tooling began, the design wasn't simply functional, it was prepared to be manufactured consistently. That's the difference. You're no longer hoping the prototype can be converted into a molded product. You're developing the product and the tool as parts of the same manufacturing system. That's how tooling risk is reduced. At Rabbit Product Design, our tooling and molding service connects industrial design, mechanical engineering, design for manufacturing, material selection, prototype testing, tool design, supplier qualification, sample inspection, quality control, and production planning into one coordinated process. Because successful molding rarely begins at the molding machine. It begins with the product design, the engineering, the material, the production requirements, and the decisions made before the tool is built. Then comes validation. The first molded samples aren't simply finished parts. They're information. They show how the material flows, how the part cools, whether it warps, whether it ejects properly, whether the dimensions are correct, and whether the tool can produce consistent results. Those early samples must be reviewed, tested, measured, and refined before full production begins. If you're serious about manufacturing your product, don't rush into tooling because the prototype looks finished. Prepare the design first. Understand the molding process. Identify the risks. Validate the initial parts. Then move into production with greater confidence. Schedule a free strategy session. Click the link in the description below to learn more. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and ring the bell.